everyone. So today I wanted to take you along with me because I'm doing a little garden maintenance. I am actually pruning a little bit of my cucumbers, and I wanted to take you along with me, but I wanted to also explain to you why I do it. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so if you can remember with these cucumber plants, we had a little bit of an issue when we first planted them. We had to really come up with a weekly routine of treating them with BT because it seems like every time we would get the cucumbers to growing, I would come back out here the next day and the worms had started really digging into them. It was not a problem with the pollination or us getting cucumbers, it was just the worms, because if you notice, we planted basil right here, and I am hoping that the bees will let me kind of get into this cucumber plant because they are just crazy right about now, but I love it. But like I said, for the most part, I think we are friends, and I think they'll let me film this video. But we had been treating it for a week, and so I've been coming out here looking, and I'm noticing that we are getting cucumbers once again, and they do not have worms digging through. So I think that's a good sign. But with it being so humid right now, what I want to do is kind of prune these cucumber leaves. I want to get some of the old ones out, some of the ones that look a little funky. I want to get those out because when it's humid like this, you definitely want to give your cucumber plant some air to flow through. So we need lots and lots of air circulation. So I don't want to cut too many leaves out. I just want to kind of give it a little bit of air circulation because, you know, we still need those leaves on here so we can get the cucumber plant to continue to grow. So I'm just really looking towards the bottom. Like if you can see, we have a lot of beautiful flowers that the bees are pollinating over here. But again, I just want to give it some good airflow because we do have a problem here with powdery mildew and downy mildew. And I'm also going to get some of the leaves where it looks like something has eaten out of them. And I have checked under the leaves and everything looks so far so good, but I am going to continue with my weekly spraying just to make sure that they don't come back. And another thing is the weather is really changing. They really slowed up when it was just so hot and so humid. Now it's still hot here, but I can tell you that I can see a change. Like the mornings are a lot cooler, so I'm seeing a lot more growth here. So let me put the camera down and I'm just gonna, like I said, clean up some of the older leaves, some of the ones that look a little funky here, and then we're going to let that airflow come in. And then I'm also going to pick this one back here because it's long. And one of the things that I love doing is making dill pickles. But what I want you to do is go on my website, and I'll put the link on the screen, and I'll also put it in the description because we have some free recipes on there. And what I will tell you is I made a recipe with some of our garden vegetables, y'all, that was so good, so flavorful, so light. So go on there and try some of those free recipes. I'll make sure again that I put the website address on there, and also I'll put it in the description. And if you have not downloaded our free ebook, make sure you go ahead and download that. This will get you started off right, whether you're doing a flower garden, vegetable garden, herb garden, whatever kind of garden you're doing, this applies to all of them. So go ahead and download that free ebook, and I'll also make sure that I put that link in the description as well. And a really quick note before I get started, what I want to remind you is when you're clipping things, make sure you clean your tools, like your shears that you're using, because you don't want to transfer a disease. So I make sure that I sanitize my clippers before I use them, because I've come too far with this plant to try to transfer a disease or a virus or bacteria that will hurt my heart so much. So always make sure you sanitize before and after you start clipping. But I'll come back in a minute because I want to show you about when you're clipping so that you don't introduce diseases or bacteria into the plant again. So that's what we're trying to make sure that we don't do. So let me go ahead and kind of prune this out. I got to watch myself because, again, I don't want to get stung. We have a lot of bee activity over here. So I'll come back in just a second. So let me show y'all really quick what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm over here getting a little bit scissor happy. And I'm starting to itch, I think from like the leaves, and then I picked a couple of cucumbers, and then I cut a couple that I shouldn't have cut. So let me show you really quick the type of leaves that I'm really cutting. Now I did start more towards the bottom, got some of those old leaves off and some of the dead leaves, and I do see a couple of leaves that I need to cut. But let me show you real quick what I'm doing so you'll know what to look for. Okay, so first of all, I cut the wrong thing. These were perfectly good cucumbers growing, but I did cut the wrong thing. But what I also want to show you back on the cucumber plant is when you cut close as you can to that stem. Like, don't just like, if you could see right here, I probably made a cut. This was a while ago because it's healed up. But cut as close as you can. Like, don't leave anything sticking out, because that's a good way for pathogens to kind of get in there and start wreaking havoc on your plants. Okay, so basically right now I'm cutting off dead leaves, and I'm cutting off like some of the spotted looking leaves that look a little bad. And so now I'm just gonna go on the other side and do the same. Like I say, we do have some cucumbers that are still growing over on the plant that we're gonna leave. Really, one that I just cut off, I checked yesterday, and when I tell y'all it grew like literally overnight, I'll show you at the end of the video how big it grew, because it was not like that yesterday. So let me go ahead and finish up, because I'm also going to have to do some cleaning out of these areas. It's so humid here, and I want to let some airflow get in through these cucumber plants. We don't want to create any more problems that we've had. And then like tonight, what I'll do is I'll go back again and I'll spray my BT as part of my weekly routine. And then that way they can continue to grow. And as a matter of fact, it's almost time for me to give it a good feeding as well. So we'll feed it real good, go ahead and do our weekly preventative maintenance routine. And then hopefully we can keep having these cucumbers pushing out for the rest of the summer, pretty much into the fall. Okay, so I think we have some airflow now. The bees let me go in and do whatever I wanted to. I just told them, hey, you stick to the flowers, let me stick to the pruning. This is the cucumber that we did pull off, and like I said last night, I checked on it because I had been watching this and it was not this big. I had to try to retrain some of the leaves as well, because one had actually started, I don't know if you all can see it or not, like rooting in the ground, like it was trailing. And then I just kind of tried to kind of reroute a couple of them. But we do have a few cucumbers on the vines that are growing really good. So tonight, because I'm tired now, tonight I'm going to come back out. I'm going to give it some fertilizer, and I'm also going to go ahead and do our treatment of BT. And hopefully, like I said, we'll continue to get some nice cucumbers, because I definitely want to make like some dill pickle spears, because we grew dill and we froze it. So I want to be able to use some of my herbs in the dill pickles as well. So I hope this helped you all. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. So make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. Until the next video, bye bye.